Ozioma Onuzulike is my name. I'm a ceramic artist based in Nsukka, Nigeria. Nsukka has become famous for how the artists and scholars from this area have been able to appropriate the traditional art of the Igbo, especially the uli. For my own art, I worked a lot with textures. I'm also interested in the history of West African art and design. I have drawn from this tradition of map making, lyrical map making, really. I find a lot of that in the traditional pots, and begin to find that these same lyrical line patterns are what you find on the ichi scarifications. For example, this ichi marks from Igbo, we can actually relate it to what you find on the inyi pots. But again, if you look at it, they're not just, they're very lively, they're poetic, they are alive. And this life is what I strive to bring to bear on the surfaces of my ceramic ware, so that for me, the clay approximates the human body from which we are all made. So this becomes, the clay surface becomes the skin on which I also translate the lines, This is clay, sourced from around my immediate environment here in Nsukka. I also use like a gouge when I want to make marks, on clay, whether I'm carving a vase or I'm carving a mug or I'm carving a jug, either to lighten the weight or to add texture to what I'm doing. I look at this in terms of the aesthetics, the way it strikes you as something that is, visually strong, visually, use that word again, alive. It appeals to your senses. You want to touch it, because it's natural. There's that layer, it brings you closer, it pulls you. When I began to make the fragments, I began to think about Africa as a fragmented people, right from when the African continent was cut up in Berlin. Same fragmentation has continued up to today. They are still fragmenting us because the clay is an abundant mineral in Africa. So it reminds me of what is it that is at the center, at the core of the problem, the resources in Africa. When I began to introduce the ichi marks on the fragments, especially on the face fragments, I'm actually trying to produce artifacts, history. This for me represents that process where these things are now, like specimens or artifacts of the past, especially in clay form, come in shards, because time and transportation or migration or, continuity impact on them and break them into pieces, which is what I find happening to Africa, African people, African resources, and African values, and African, if we take it to colonialism, you will see a lot of that playing out again. If we take it to new colonialism, we'll see a lot of that playing out again. So I think it's all encompassing what I'm trying to do